Hello friends, today we are going to visit the torture chambers of Idi Amin Dada in Kampala, Uganda. In this tour, I was accompanied by Mr. Benedict Entale. He is a tour guide and a journalist. He accompanied me and explained everything about this place. Ben is a dog lover, and so when we entered the palace dog came and started playing around with Ben. Who was Idi Amin Dada? Well, Idi Amin Dada was the president of Uganda for 8 years from 1971 until he was overthrown in 1979. During these 8 years as the president, he was a military dictator who unleashed a reign of terror with brutality and savagery. In fact, he was a sadist who boasted that he kept the heads of political enemies in his freezer. Idi Amin was ruthless and vicious to anybody who crossed his path. He personally tortured victims and killed them using sledgehammer. Some were forced to wear white aprons and shot publicly. Others were strangled and their private parts were chopped off. Amin was almost 6.5 feet tall and he was a heavyweight boxing champion. Each year, Amin recruited people from his Kakwa tribe for his security unit. An army of 18,000 people acted as his death squad to terrify the country. One of the most infamous torture chambers used by Amin was located within the Lubiri Palace, also known as the Mengo Palace in Kampala. This is the official royal compound of the king of Buganda Kingdom in Uganda. Situated on Mengo Hill, the palace is inside a sprawling compound of 264 acres or 4 square kilometers of land. The car displayed here is a Rolls-Royce Phantom 4. It was a symbol of Buganda's history, specifically the reign and legacy of Sir Edward Mutesa II, the 35th King of Buganda and the first President of Uganda. This car, Phantom 4, is one of the rarest cars in the world. Only 18 cars were ever produced between 1950 and 1956, exclusively for heads of state and royal families, including Queen Elizabeth II. This vehicle is historically significant for its role in 1955 when it chauffeured Kabaka Mutesa II from Entebbe Airport to the Mengo Palace following his return from exile in the United Kingdom. The Lubiri prison was hidden inside a lush hillside overgrown by banana and papaya trees. This site was built by Amin in 1971 with the help of Israeli architects as an armory for better keeping of gunpowder. Very soon, he converted them into secret torture chambers. People who were captured by Amin's secret police were put into trucks, blindfolded, and driven around Kampala for 6 to 7 hours to confuse them. So, by the time they were brought into the prison cells, they won't realize that they were still in Kampala. People who were killed here were mainly intellectuals, doctors, lawyers, university professors, engineers, and other important citizens. Amin was mostly looking for intellectuals and professionals. He thought that with intellectuals around him, he was not safe there. However, Idi Amin's army never killed women and children. There were 5 rooms in this site. They put about 100 people in each cell. These cells were dark and poorly ventilated. Each cell had a sliding door with rails. The vents were closed, and eventually the prisoners were suffocated and starved to death. People were left with no food, limited or no water, and no ventilation, leading to death by asphyxiation, dehydration, and exhaustion. The military police put water on the passage to the chambers and passed electricity through it. They used electrified water so that anyone attempting to escape could be electrocuted. Each morning, army officers would come into the cells to pick up bodies, and those who were sick were pushed into the same water to make sure they are dead. Some bodies from this place were dumped into the Nile River and eaten by crocodiles. Other bodies were dumped in Lake Victoria, which had bigger fish like a Nelly patch and a tilapia. Amin's regime used brutal and varied methods designed to extract confessions, punish perceived dissent, or simply terrorize the public. Physical torture included beating with sticks, rifle butts, iron bars, and hammers. Victims were punched and kicked repeatedly. People were clubbed to death, and bodies were dumped into river for crocodiles. Sexual violence, including rape and sexual torture, was reported among female prisoners. Several institutions and units carried out torture, often acting outside formal legal channels. The State Research Bureau was Amin's main secret police and intelligence service. They reported directly to Amin. It operated secret detention houses throughout Kampala and beyond. Detainees were often held without charges and denied due process. The SRB was notorious for interrogation, torture, and disappearance of suspects. In addition, military intelligence and public safety units also engaged in torture and killings. These forces frequently acted without impunity, detaining civilians they accused of dissent, spying, or conspiracy without violence. It is estimated that about 19,000 people were killed in this site over 7 years. According to Amnesty International estimates, about 500,000 people were killed across Uganda by Idi Amin. Idi Amin's torture chamber was so painful. So it was a wonderful visit, and now we are finished with the palace visit. Thank you. I hope you like this video. If so, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel Around the Globe by Satyan Acha. Thank you.